The truth is, I've been battling depression this pregnancy from the very beginning. Um, some days are easier than others. Uh, this week was an okay week. Um, the last few weeks were a little tough. There was the anxiety of Eli's father returning from prison. Then it was him being here, home, not in my home, but being out. It was dealing with the rejection my child was facing from his father. It's been me dealing with his family. It's been, I don't want to come on here and cry because that's not my intention. I'm just sort of just overwhelmed with everything. It's just like I feel very alone in everything that I'm experiencing. Um, Not lonely, just alone. Um, I am feeling kind of like as a failure a little bit because I feel like once again I'm in a situation with my child's father. Like, this I never dealt with um basically the full on rejection of responsibility, and to be facing it kind of in both of my son's lives in different ways. It's a lot, and I'm putting a lot of it on me because I just feel like, it's my fault. I chose these people. Again, I didn't know they were pieces of crap then, but it's just like you hear about people going through this, and I've been there to support friends through this, but to have it hit my doorstep, it's just like very hard. I didn't think it would be this hard. I didn't think it would be this emotional. I didn't think that it would be this painful. Watching my son hurt does not make me feel good. It makes me want to literally hurt someone. And, it's just been all taking a toll on my mental health. I try to smile through vlogs, and it's hard to do that. And I end up chopping up everything to the point it doesn't make sense, or the footage is just the crappiness. It's like, man, this would have been so good if the content wasn't about this. And I battle about showing you guys what is going on, but it's just like I think my desire and my need to protect my child keeps me from putting our life on display in that manner. And I just hope that you guys would be able to respect that and know that um, I'm just trying to do what's best for all of us in the situation, but most importantly, what's best for Eli. And I'm also pregnant. So it's just like all of this kind of negativity is like trying to overshadow the birth of my son. And my focus has been taken off of, having a successful birth and being there. And it's made it really, really hard to stay in a kind of even kill place. And that's why I made the decision to like kind of isolate myself from people, literally everyone, but those people that are part of my birth team, um, and that are immediately close to me, like my mother, my brothers, my doula, my doctors, my therapist, and my friend Mackenzie. And it's like because those are the only people like in my life that aren't that are consistent in my life that I literally talk to like every day, that aren't bringing negativity in any manner. And it's not necessarily like negativity with me, but just like they don't have stuff attached to them that are like attaching itself to me, if that makes sense. And I know that some people didn't take that very well, but that, it's not my problem, you know. I wasn't mean or nasty to anybody. I just decided to just not speak to anyone, like unless it was like absolutely necessary. And honestly, like some of the people that are upset, it's like you didn't want anything, you haven't been checking in, you don't care, for real. Any kind of negative energy or vibe I got from people, I decided it's best to stay away from them until I give birth. And I mean, in pretty much all situations, it's been proven the smart thing to do. Um, it's unfortunate that people think that when you're trying to get yourself together, like, they don't take into consideration all that you're going through. And that's what's been happening. And I'm just like, I'm facing a whole lot of SHIT right now. And I don't need anybody that I have to think for 1 second that they're not in my corner. And I didn't think that people would go as far as talking about me and being weird as shit. But people have been. And I don't care. I can't. I don't have the capacity to, just because, like I said, I'm facing so much. It's just sad. It's like, even like with my cousin, I decided like she was one of the people that I just didn't have the energy to entertain. And it sucks because I do miss seeing my goddaughter and I miss seeing her kids. But I just felt like the whole situations keep being handled very shisty to me when it comes to her. And it's like, I don't, it's no ill will or bad feeling. It's just like, I need to pause this right now because I want to be able to look at this with a clear mind and a clear head and know that, like, I'm not just speaking from like a hormonal perspective, which I don't think I am. I just feel like too many situations have been handled very questionable for me, from like I discussed with you guys in my other sit down video about my son. And then what happened with me coming to her house and calling her and how she wouldn't answer the phone, and then later find out that she was like around him. Like, it was like, you're clearly showing me that you keep taking, not necessarily the side, but like you keep putting other people before me. And I just thought that maybe I meant a little bit more. So it just, to prevent myself from feeling anything negative, I just was like, I need a break from everybody. And it wasn't just her, it was some other people too, that just, the way they live their life, and it just was too much. I just wanted to focus on people and be around people that I know would uplift me, that speak life into me, that they know when I'm feeling down, and they can be a support system. It was nothing like super personal, but it's unfortunate people have taken it personally, and then now it's resorting to some weird assness. But she's been posting some really negative shit on social media, and I'm just like, I pray to God that she's not talking about me, because it makes no sense for her to be talking shit about me the way that she is. Um, and the reason I think that is because, like, every time I would post something on my Instagram, she would post something, and like, I just tap through stories. I don't pay attention to who the fuck it is, because if I'm following you, I'm following you because I care. And I was just reading it, and it just seemed like every post she was posting was more and more negative, and I'm just like, okay, I don't even want to attach myself to whatever this is. I don't know who you're talking about. And then, like, something she said made me think, like, wait, is she talking about me? Like, is she directing this at me? But then it's also weird because, like, she's always like, oh, I don't never see any of your posts. And yet you reference something from something I posted that wasn't even about her, not even remotely close. It was a generalized post, but then you reference something in it, which, that's why I was like, wait, could she be talking about me? And I'm thinking, like, why? But why, when I haven't done anything, would you stoop to this level and be messy like this? I don't know. Like, it was just really fucking weird. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna give any brain energy, because I'm the type of person, if it's not directed, it's not respected. And now it's just like, okay, well, now we're getting to a point where there's no coming back from it, because, like, I don't slip shoes on and wear them unless they're my size. So until you tag me in it, because, like, look, when I say shit about people on social media, when I did that, I tag them. I say their name. Like, I don't care. I think people misinterpret the term messy, and they think people telling their truth is considered messy. When I'm like, that's not messy, that's them telling their truth. And if you didn't want to be portrayed in an effed up light, then you shouldn't have been an effed up person in their life, is how I feel, point blank period. um but messy is like a completely different thing. And I'm just like, I would never consider myself messy because anything that I've spoken about has always had to do with my life. I've never spoken on anybody else's stuff. I've never gone and stirred the pot to make drama for anybody else. Will I speak my truth? Hell yeah. Will I speak it loud and proudly? Hell yeah. And I just don't engage in other people's mess because I'm always like, I have enough of my own business going on to even worry about anyone else. And that's why I'm like, you can't possibly be talking about me because, baby, that's not my narrative. And now you just look like really crazy trying to put that out there. Like, and I just don't understand it. We're in our 30s and you're doing this stupid shit. Like, all I kept thinking was like, man, that sucks that she's feeling she has to do that. You know, even still, even in all my mess, still trying to be like a comforter to a person. And I'm just like, I feel like people only react that way is when they're guilty of something. I've never one time, if someone stopped speaking to me, I never went to like a negative thing because I know that I didn't do shit to them. But for like the way that she was sending me these text messages and then was just like, well, I know you got them. I'm like, well, you don't know because I didn't answer them because my phone literally was off. Was off. I post on social media from my laptop. I have apps that can pre-post for me. Like, this is the thing that I always like trip off of. People really try to clock your time, your real life time, your reality based off of social media. And I tell people all the time, you can't, because you have no idea. Just because you see someone posting, it doesn't mean that they're literally there with their phone in their hand. There's literally an app called Peak that you can post everything, your captions and everything. And I learned that from Glamazante, like, without having to physically be there at that time doing it. You can set the times, the dates, the captions, all of that. And I've done that sometimes just to keep a steady flow of content on my feed. But it's just like, that's neither here nor there. But it was just the way she was saying things. And then she was like going to my brother, asking my brother if he had talked to me when I hadn't even talked to him. And I'm just like, what gives you the right or what makes you think that that's okay to do that? And then my thing started to be like, in all of these messages you've sent, not one time did you ask, like, hey, are you okay? Because I've been trying to call you. Are you okay? Because I haven't heard from you. At least I can say with with another person that they actually did, and I did feel kind of bad not speaking with them, but I just did not have the mental capacity to handle any type of conversation with anyone going through everything that I was going through, that I am going through. And hers would be, she would say that she was concerned for me, and I just reassured her. And because of her approach, I did reassure her that I am fine, I am well, I just don't really want to talk to anybody right now. It's nothing personal. I just don't have any energy to sit and talk idle conversation with anybody. And she respected it. After a while I was like, okay, she got it. I'm like, it's not me not wanting to be your friend. I just right now don't have it in me to be anything to anyone. I have a 6-year-old I'm taking care of. I'm pregnant. I'm battling depression. I'm going through a custody case, like, on top of everything else. Like, and I just feel like if you're really truly someone's friend, first off, you would know that what's going on with me. Secondly, you wouldn't be expecting me to be at your beck and call. And I just feel like with my cousin that her messages just portray that, like, you really don't give a shit about me or my son. And you knew more of what was going on, especially with him. And never once did you check in. And then you use the excuse that I don't see your stuff. I don't see your stuff on social media, but you see it on social media to make a subliminal post that Honestly, you guys, I'm pretty sure the shit is about me. If it's not, then that's amazing because I don't feel like dealing with no shit and I'm not going to. But like, just the way you're reacting to, even if it isn't about me and it's about somebody else, I don't want to be involved in it. Like, I don't want that negativity attached to me and I'm about to give birth. So it just all is just a mess and I just don't want to be around it. And it's unfortunate because I do miss the kids, but you can't have a relationship with the children if you and the parent are wonky. And I just feel like on too many instances, my cousin has just been very interesting in how she's handled situations. And it's the fact that she doesn't see anything wrong with it that just kind of throws me for a loop. So I just felt that we needed to have a break for a while. I needed to break. And I've been doing better since not engaging with people and just, it's my mama, my brother, I see them. And I talk to my friend Mackenzie online. Um, so it's been good. Like that's what I needed and that's what I'm glad I stuck with. I don't need all that other bull crap because it is negativity. And it sucks when people don't even realize that the negativity attached to their life, like you can by default just attach yourself to it just by being connected to certain people. And I don't want that. I have a pure infant in my belly, like, and his time to be brought earthside is coming. And I just don't want any of that. And it just sucks that people don't respect your boundaries or your space. And it sucks that they make something so innocent about them and they turn it into a negativity. So it's like now I don't even want to talk to you because why would I even think that what you're saying is about me? I shouldn't. But the way that you've been responding and you've been saying things, all because I haven't talked to you, I didn't answer a couple of text messages that were not life or death. You want to start talking about me? That's weird. And that's what I don't want to be connected to. That's why I feel like, God was telling me, girl, you need to separate and you need to isolate and you need to just be on your thing and focused on you. Um, because I just don't need that type of negativity. Like, go through your space and stuff by yourself, but don't bring me into your shit because I'm not bringing you into mine because clearly you don't want to be even a support system. So, um, and that's what it is. Y'all, I just needed to vent for a little bit. I'm just feeling all over the place. I'm so sleepy, but I can't really sleep. I feel wired. I just want to spend these next 2 months loving on my child, spending time with him, and preparing ourselves for the birth of his brother. And I don't need anything that's contrary to that. And that's just that. So, moral of the story is leave people where they're at. Protect your peace. Okay?